Hey guys, and welcome back to the Hobby Dude 007 channel. Today I'm excited. We're going to be introducing a new segment to the Hobby Dude 007 channel, the Model Car Cup Series. Stick around, we'll talk about it. Welcome to the Model Car Cup Series. This segment is going to be dedicated to stock car modeling. We're going to be looking at builds and doing a few. We're going to look at research pictures of old cars as well as new. The next gen, we're going to be doing how-tos. We're going to touch on a little bit of trivia in each segment. And there's going to be a whole lot more. Now first guys, please understand this is not meant to replace the Hobby Dude 007 channel builds. But it's not really a change, it's an addition to the existing channel. Now I started thinking about this back sometime first of 2022 with the next gen cars coming out. If you've been following the channel any length of time, you know that I had a NASCAR license, my first one back in '77, and I got to know a little bit of the intricacies of how a stock car works. And as I looked online at all of the pictures of the new cars and the front clip, center, rear clip chassis, all of this new stuff, I had a few questions. Some of it kind of came around, okay, I can see how that'll work. Some of it I was like, quite honestly, I have no clue how some of the new stuff worked. And that kind of bugs me. So I got to know this, how to set these things up. How does it work? So in that I live 68 miles from Charlotte, I thought, you know what, being retired, I need to make a trip to some of these shops. And I don't want to just get up on the catwalks and walk around and take long-range pictures of the car. I want to get in your face kind of and talk to the guys that are actually building them. So I went online, I got a NASCAR license, crew license, and I've applied for press credentials. And I'm starting now to go ahead and make contacts with the media people with different teams. I want to see what I can set up about kind of getting in there. What I would love to do is actually talk to the guy and interview some of the guys that actually are doing the work on them in the shops. Maybe not the ones that go to the races, but the guys behind the scenes, so to speak. I'd really like to talk to them and share that with you too. Don't know if that's going to be possible yet, but I don't know why it wouldn't be, but we'll see. We'll see. A lot of things I would like to cover on this are some old school stuff. I have tons of pictures from my many visits to several shops and racetracks. The great thing about having a NASCAR license is when you're roaming around in the pits, this is a picture from Darlington, for example. Now you recognize that from Earnhardt's car, but actually during an injury, David Pearson drove this car and actually won. So I've got pictures like this in the garage area, and also walking around in there. I kept one of those little Instamatic cameras in my in my possession anyway. I don't remember I had it in my pocket, but there's one of Kyle when he was a lot younger, loading up the truck after the race. And then some of the stuff, these pictures right here from 1975, and I'm just shooting through these real quick. This is a sample of what's to come. The reason I took this particular picture, if you notice the paint job, look at that shine on the top. These things were always like glass, man. Beautiful cars. Also, you notice the white separation stripe between the vermilion, what I always call Dayglow, and the petty blue. Remember that. We'll come back to that in a minute. But always a beautiful, beautiful paint job on there. This car, as you can see the dirt on it, well, if you can see it, this was the winning car from Bristol in '75, and they had just started taking that apart. This was sometime midweek when I was up there, and it's really hard to see in this picture, but you got a couple of the Dodges here, and way back here in the background you see a Superbird. And I mentioned those white pinstripes you see on this car too. This next one over did not have the white pinstripes, had the dark blue pinstripes. And, well, there you see right there. As you can see the trunk up on this one, and this is the same car. And you see the dark blue pinstripes that were separations. Cool stuff. And this particular 3 pictures were taken right after each other. You see the engine in the Charger, blue wires, the tan distributor cap. Also, right after this was taken, they rolled it right out. You can see on the ground there where it had been raining. They rolled it back out. Dale Inman actually got in the car and fired that puppy up. I wanted to go breathe the exhaust fumes. But anyway, we got to hear it run. And I mean, this was a functioning shop, but back then they would let you roam around back there. Again, I've got lots of pictures I want to share as far as research goes. Really great stuff. A few other novelties I've found over time. Back, some of you guys will remember let me move these things out of the way. 43, The Petty Story, the movie that came out in late 71 or 1972. I used to collect everything, and I do mean everything. This was in our local newspaper, the Greenville News in Greenville, South Carolina. And when I was looking in the scrapbook, I did not realize it, but check that out. There is the ticket stub, $1.75 to the theater where I went to see that was in the scrapbook with that. Cool stuff, cool stuff. Also, I had the newspaper article from the same paper from when the Magnum was set aside, and as it says, his first Chevy. So there's a good look at it, and them putting the engine. Well, the article even says the last in a long line of Dodge race cars sits abandoned in a corner of the garage at Petty Enterprises. Richard Petty helps members of his crew install an engine in a Chevrolet. So there's a picture. Man, I'd love to have that in color too, wouldn't you? But anyway, great information in there, as well as our local paper from 21-200. I don't know why. They ruined it when they put John McEnroe underneath it. But anyway, this is the kind of stuff I'm going to be covering. A lot of history, a lot of trivia. I mentioned in the beginning I want to be doing something trivia every episode, so to speak. And for my birthday, my son-in-law gave me this trivia game that has 1,000 questions, and they're not, even though it's a Richard Petty trivia game, it's not all questions about Richard Petty. It's questions about all of NASCAR, other drivers and cars and races and stuff like that too. So I'll be sharing some of this with you. It's really cool information of what I've been able to read through some of it anyway. Also, take a look at this oil filter. This will be something else that I didn't know, and I don't know about you guys if you know about it, but check that out. A Richard Petty edition STP oil filter. How about that? One of the first segments coming up, I'm going to be answering a few questions from a previous video. And while the Model Car Cup Series will have plenty of Petty stuff in it, it will be covering all drivers and cars, new and the next gen. I'm really looking forward to this stuff as soon as I get my credentials and stuff in, so I'm really looking for that. Also, I want to take a look at, in the past, and this is back to 86 and 87, Scale Auto magazine, Scale Auto Enthusiast, before Kallenbach bought it out, did a series on Pit Pass. And what it was detail for real. And I'll show you a sample of this one. And in every couple episodes, I'll cover some of this stuff, and I think you're going to like it. In this inaugural, and it's done by our buddy Bill Coulter, great stock car expert. And you see this one is on Tim Richmond's Monte Carlo. Got some great pictures of the engine, the interior. I always found it interesting that number 5 Levi Garrett helmet was sitting in the floor. Take a look in the trunk there. Great information. And you'll also notice here are your paint colors. Body, interior. the steering wheel, all of the information about your paint colors. And this particular episode, or not episode, but book also had Ricky Rudd's T-Bird. So this is the kind of stuff I want to review with you too. Some great information here, and I'll also be giving you, for example, this one was the July-August 1986 Scale Auto Enthusiast. And in each of these, we've got some great pit passes. Earnhardt, Petty, Elliott, Darrell Waltrip. There's some really great stuff in here. So we're going to be reviewing all of this stuff as well. And there's going to be a whole lot more that I probably am leaving out. But guys, let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts on this, and maybe even any ideas. I appreciate it very much. And guys, if you're not a subscriber, now's a great time to do it. Hit that sub button. Give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down, either way. Leave a comment. I enjoy hearing from you, and I try to respond to everybody. Be sure you check out our new Model Car Cup Series mugs, cups, t-shirts, stickers, all in the spring store. The link is in the description area of this video. Guys, thank you so much for your support. It means more than you know. God bless, guys, and we will see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.